it's not a case of I'm getting ready to go to the studio to meet my guests. Well, it's a case of I'm all set for my guests. I'm all set waiting for my guest. Well, a guest whose meal I guess I must have eaten. The name sounds very familiar. Until we get to the studio, make sure you join us. Thank you.
Hello.
Perfect. You muted yourself.
Good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
How you doing?
I'm doing very great, and you, but I
nice
can be better.
You.
Yes. I said this guest, the name seems like a name whose meal I had eaten before. Someone that I had encountered. But, well, you can hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay. Are you ready? You want a few seconds, but some of your time is already going.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, perfect. You look all good and happy.
Yes, thank you. Yes, because I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to see you.
Same here. It's mutual. It's mutual. Okay. You are not new in this business. You're not new to me. You're not new to the industry. You're also not new to the media. I've encountered you. I've met you. So, but then a lot of people who will be listening, it's not about me. It's about those who tune in to listen to what we're having to say. So I'm going to start by asking you, well, first and foremost, I just introduced myself, but it will be very brief because people have been following most of our recordings, and people are getting to know who we are indeed. And I know that you have a good followership. I know that you're very also active on many platforms. I know that you would be able to put out the version that will send out to you, to most people who are on various platforms where you belong, social circles. Yes, my name is Veronica Oshokoya. I'm a do entrepreneur and someone who believes in impacting what I know and then onto people, and I also try to learn from those who are entrepreneurs to see how I can improve on what I think or what I'm assumed to already know. Going forward, I have a flair for women, especially young and middle-aged women. I try to see how we can improve the world and make the world a better place so that women can take over. Do not say I told you. I hope nobody heard us saying this. Okay. Now, I have experience in the media. I've worked as a creative person. I've worked in advertising. I've worked in print media. I've worked in radio. Slightly some experiments on TV during youth service. So I'm just a media person. But in which area of media am I very vast in? It's in advertising and marketing and sales. So I've also functioned as the protocol person, a publicist. So basically all about me is about projecting, talking about people, talking about myself, talking about brands, giving essence and encouraging equity of brands. I know you, and I'm even talking about you now, I'm smacking my lips. I've experienced you beyond knowing you. I've experienced you to the level of I have tasted the things that you cook and the things you make. So let me not go there again. But so now let me give you the opportunity to talk about yourself to a lot of people who'll be interested in listening to you and getting to know who you are. Welcome.
Thank you, Sister V. You've been such a wonderful person all through my life. You've been a positive person, wanting me to grow. always pushing for the best and asking for the great things that you can do, and you encourage. You don't make people to go down. You always want people to aspire, and you don't even care about the name first, but just want the person to have a brand. You always grow people that are small to become great, and you have been part of my success story in life to cater in great things and believing in myself, even when I felt, I can't do it. You made me do it, and you gave me the courage and the hype. I would say you actually hyped me, even when I didn't know I could do those things, and I could see myself in that line. You made it real, and you supported me so greatly in my small beginning. Even till now, you are still supporting me. I really want to thank God for your life, and I'm happy that you're well and good, and you're doing this with me. God bless you. My name is Abimbola Fadamiro. I manage Mixed Flavors. Mixed Flavors has been in existence for more than has been
Okay.
in existence.
You muted yourself again. Okay. No, you're okay now. You're fine now.
Okay. Mixed Flavors has been in existence for more than 20 years, and we started with banks and doing small caterings for banks until the day I met you. I was doing small banks until the day I met you. I introduced me to a very good friend of yours, and that is how my journey started with big companies. I managed Dangote Sugar canteen for more than 3 years. I do their AGM parties. I cater for Dangote Sugar, even Dangote himself, do their AGMs, and you gave me this link. We are good with cooking African dishes, Chinese. We're very good with that Chinese, and we're good with timing. We are very prompt. You made me to believe in timing, and that gave me an edge. And you like professionalism. When you're given a job, you want us to be professional. When it comes to your job, we don't want friendship, and that actually built me up to the level where I am today. I have managed Lagoon Hospital too for more than 3 years. I did Lagoon Hospital, both Apapa, Ikeja, VI, giving patient food, not even staff, patients. Morning, afternoon, night, Sunday to Sunday. And presently, we do parties. We do big parties as well. We do a lot of parties. And we do trainings as well, because when Governor Amosun's wife got into power some years back, we had a training in Ogun State. When she did the empowerment for youths in Ogun State, and we trained people for handcraft. I was among those people that trained the graduates, undergraduates, the graduates that don't have job. So I did that for a month with her, and we still do home deliveries for food for people. We do all that. I still do parties. Presently, I'm part of the Caterers that manage workforce. We have trainings. I've done a lot of companies with trainings, like Faith Foundation in Jora. They are into training people, and where I did my entrepreneurial class there, and I was part of their caterer then, and I used to cater for people. But recently, I found out that a lot of people have come into catering line, and the origin of catering has gone to another level I don't even understand, because I hear people talk about smoky jollof rice. And when they tell me about smoky jollof rice, they are not using wood. All they are using is on their gas, and when the rice is almost done, they increase when the water is there, they increase the burner to bring out the smoke. So people are pressing out the wood thing. Well, I have been used to wood, and I don't use gas to do that, because I feel even that aspect needs to be addressed, because the way they cook it, trying to make the jollof rice taste smoky, it's just a matter of putting your rice in the pot, and when the water is dry, they load the heat so that the smoke can burn inside it. A lot of food that people are cooking are not even healthy nowadays, because the way I was trained and I was brought up is we look at profit, but let satisfaction come first and health come first. I think that's what has kept me going. Is that no matter how there's so much in the market, you still have your niche with your customers that will say, wow, I like your food, it's natural. A lot of people use so many chemicals, so many things, which is good. Like you always say, packaging, how you package yourself, how you do yourself, which I learned from YouTube, which is good. With time, we have to go with the trend to use the new equipment, instrument to do your food. But I still believe that the Chinese people will never compromise what they use in cooking their food. That is the wok. When we were growing up, cooking with jollof rice on wood was the in thing. I grew up with gas. I'm not a baby, but I grew up with cooking gas in my house. But when it comes to party, we use the wood. And that is what gave us that jollof rice that we always want to eat, party jollof rice. So I think they need to loud it for health reasons. Because when people want to try to make things like, I want to make smoky jollof rice, I want to do this. The process is not what they do. It's not that process. The process is, I remember during the COVID time, when I was cooking and I was stirring my food with wood, and I did the video and I posted it on the platform. You said that's the spirit. That's what you want. That is a good way of cooking. So a lot of times, because we want to make money now, everybody wants to get into the business. Everybody wants to make money. It's not about how people are going to take it. It's going to be tasty. Some will be tasty, some will be just there. But the process is very important. The aftermath. They may be eating it every day, but it's telling on our body. Gradually,
Okay,
the body.
see, mixed flavors. Yes. Let me just halt you there, just so that I can do a bit of a recap for those who do not know you. I know you, and proudly I would say that I know you. And if there's an opportunity to say I'd like to know you more, if I haven't explored all the knowledge of you, I look forward to having that opportunity to explore you more. Okay? I know that you have catered in London several times. That I know. And I know your Chinese meals taste just, I've been in China. Tastes just like you're eating in China. I mean, you haven't paid me for this. I'm just giving an exactitude. I recall that about 2 years ago, I still was ordering your stew, your soup, because your stew and your soup have that natural taste. When I want your palm oil used, what I know that I get the taste of palm oil. Okay? And it reminds me of the way you stir when you want to serve, the way we grew up knowing how stew is served. You want to serve, you stir it a bit and you bring, and that is you. So I want to congratulate you on your journey. You've been through the banks, through blue chip companies such as Dangote Sugar, Lagoon Hospital. I recall then when I used to run my bakery. I remember that you knew that my bakery, my bread was unique, and I recall that you wanted that bread because you were concerned about the health of
Yeah.
the patients. So I can boldly hit my hand on my chest and say, I recommend you to a hospital or any organization that caters for people. Okay. Your encounter in Ogun State where you were training people, it's a plus, and Nigerians should emulate such practices, such as you have done. And we want to commend Her Excellency who engaged you and who saw that. I know that I don't want to, whether it's my imagination, I know that you've cooked for, let me say what Yorubas would say, "Awon loba loba," you know, and your home delivery, the way you package it, it comes hot. And it comes hot. It doesn't. It's not like you cooked it and kept it frozen. Why I'm saying this to those who would listen to this is because I have encountered you. My discussion with you now is more like saying to those who listen to this program, our followers, to say, yes, I have met a lot of caterers I've interviewed, and I have met you again. And you have done parties. I recall that because of what I have experienced with you, I recommended you to cater for big parties, and you didn't disappoint me. So your Faith Foundation experience, congratulations. And the wood issue that you talked about, it's something that I wish we could have a follow-up. There was a young lady I spoke with last week, and I tell you, she's interesting. There is no reason why you shouldn't even encourage her by patronizing her condiments. You know, I've never met her before, but when I listen to her, you know how it is when you see someone who understands what she's doing. She prepares from start to finish condiments that you use to bring that taste, natural taste of meals. You know, so if we're talking about healthy lifestyles, healthy eating, you are into culinary arts and you're doing healthy eating, and there is a lady I interviewed. So what I like to do, like as I'm projecting you, there are people that I've come across on this platform who also I have that responsibility to say, yes, they are good, you know. So I will encourage each and every one of you who have engaged us to find a way to play back some of those tips that we have had. Now, wood cooking. I can't stir my meal on fire with metal. It's just not. It's just not possible.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm bush. Maybe I'm not informed. But sometimes, except it is a particular type of metal that is prepared or produced in such a way that it is safe in the heat. What is safe is wood. This evening, I just cooked, and it is my what do they call it? A spatula, spoon, the spoon, the wood. I mean, everywhere I go, it is that wood. Call me bush, it is that wood. Because I mean, we're trying to make sure that we kind of eradicate the menace of cancer and all such things. You know, and it's very embarrassing when you see people. They say they want to cook beans, and they drop metal. They put their spoon inside the beans because they want. And some people
to make it hot.
They make it, yes. Some people say they want to cook pomo. They drop their wood, their metal inside pomo to tenderize it. I mean, why are people falling ill? Anyway, so packaging is important. You package, and each time you bring in those your bowls, I need to open them sometimes in my office, and I leave them open for them to cool down, because you understand what hygiene is. If you serve me a meal that is cold, I'll make sure that meal has not been exposed to flies and rodents and all that. But your food, I can't even carry them. So I like to encourage you to say, keep it up. You know, everyone has come into the cooking business, catering business. But young people, especially, I like to recognize and give respect to your late father,
Yeah.
who stood strongly by you, and by extension,
Yeah.
who stood by those of us who were your friends. I mean, who were
Yes.
not just your friends, your customer. He didn't see me as your friend. He saw me, and then if he had the opportunity, he would say a word of encouragement. And so when you
I'm saying,
said you had a good beginning. Oh yes, your background, yes. So it's not that you are in want of gas, that you're using wood or coal. It is because you know that let me speak it in Yoruba.
yes.
For those who want to listen to you who are Igbos, oh him meje. The way, I mean,
Mm.
the way
That's the
you
way, that's the way we
suffered.
met it. And we were
Yes.
taught.
Yeah, the way we were taught. You may not have been old, because I mean, talk about it. I'm older than you. You may not
Of
have been
course.
old, but you know what the practice was, and you could read books to tell us what it was. But not to say that there's something wrong with advancement and technology. But if you must cook with metal, make sure it's the ware, WARE, the metal ware that is
The
healthy,
right one.
the right one. So that is your message to people. That's the first thing I can get from this. Your naturalness, your niche, your trainings, your would believe in, how we were. But not to say, because it would be a very wrong thing for us to say, we still want to be, you know what I mean? So all the
Yeah.
days of our life. So, but if you must use metal, if you must use words, use the right words. Sister Bean, but I do not know mixed flavors. I do not know where your challenges are. There are so many people. It's surge. Everybody wants to cook. Ketra, Oju Elegba, Ketra, Alimosho, Ketra here, Ketra there, Ketra here. Fine. Yorubas will say, Oju ọ̀run tẹ́yẹ fò láì farapa. The
Yes.
sky is big enough for all the birds to fly without hitting themselves. What singles you out will single you out. The economy may just be down. It might just not be the way it is. Things are not working out because people now settle for less. If the niche you have carved, don't come lower. All right, this is my advice. But I do not know. Are there areas you have challenges? What are these challenges? Is there something you can talk about so that we can see? Because
Yeah,
people listen.
I want to, where I have challenges is like we said, the economy is good, but presently you will find out that a lot of people that are cooking, the way they hide the money, and when you that are, and I'm like, are we not in this same market? Don't we buy the same thing? And you find out that when you give price in some places, they look at you as if you don't know what you're doing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I don't. What do you mean is that you mean people overcharge? Are they
Overcharge. They
okay?
overcharge.
Okay.
And you get there and you want to, because like the Igbo people, I learned from Igbo people, little profit, but multiple jobs is the turnover that matters sometimes.
Yes.
You know?
Let me buttress this. I remember when I had an event for children.
Yes.
It was a First Bank sponsored event.
Yes.
Children's Day, and we got first bank to pay for the use of no. We had a partnership with National Arts Gallery, and
Yes.
we called you to come and cater. We had taken the quote from many caterers, but we were shocked that the content of what they also quoted was the content you quoted, and you supplied the parts. And every child who came to that event had a meal to eat.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah, what
I
happened?
need to. You know Nigeria. Like Nigeria is never. They're only Jen.
Don't
Never just went off.
worry. The 25th of next month is here.
I need to get my touch.
We will hold people accountable.
My NEPA is off. So I just need to
make sure you have your make sure you have your PVC, or else I won't eat your food again.
I have my PVC.
Okay.
NEPA
So,
just took life.
as long as you have your profit and you would not run your business aground, continue with that your minimal profit and huge turnover. Okay?
Yeah.
So that is the first one. It's okay. If anybody can just show you light somewhere, your face is beautiful enough to brighten the place. D'accord? Wait, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so we're even almost rounding up. So which other challenge do you have?
It's just the challenge I have is is because my own staffs, I don't know how other people treat their staff. My staff stayed with me like 5 years. They're with me. I don't have, but sometimes you just have to know how to manage them. Mm-hmm. It's just the market and attitude of staff. The market, attitude of staff. That's what we go through in this attitude of staff. I think I don't know what is happening. I think that is the challenge I face. Attitude of staff sometimes. The market is just crazy.
Attitude of staff, you must learn to manage.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
But
that's why I said my staffs, I don't change staff like that. Because when I train them to how to cook my food, I don't have to change. I won't want to go through the stress of putting another person through. So I have to manage them. So I think with God, so far so good. God has been faithful.
Okay. Yes, let's look at the attitude of staff angle.
Yes.
The staff, bad staff can kill a business.
Yes.
When you know that a staff is unmanageable, you have to devise a means to make sure the staff exits. You cannot compromise it. Oh my God, we'll have a few more minutes. So we have about 10 minutes. So you cannot compromise that. If a staff is bad, a staff is bad. But you must also do your own audit of yourself. If staff keep complaining, it's commendable that because I recall that the driver you had for a very long time was the same driver who used to come to deliver my food. So keep that up. There must be something you're doing right that makes them stay. But sometimes some human beings, especially they get rich quick syndrome has gone into the lives of people, and in gratitude, people forget easily how you have been nice to them.
Yes, you're right.
People forget easily. You and I started this discussion and you showered all those encomiums on me. I took a bow because I'm grateful that there are still people like you and I who know when people have done a bit, So I would like to encourage you to keep that which you're doing to that makes you tolerate them. How do you manage with funding? Because you have less than 8 minutes.
Yes, funding, like when you're doing this company thing, I had to not take money from bank again because it's crazy. The time the companies pay, sometimes they delay, and your profits is already gone. By the time you're not paying the bank is at the time you're supposed to pay them. So funding has been a bit of a very serious thing. So what I resolve is to work with my social circle, because it's crazy when you take a loan from the bank and what you are getting back from the company, as at the time you are supposed to pay back, you cannot pay back.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. You see, your social circle is very important. That's those is your money.
Run your business.
Those human beings that that you have interacted with, that you've met, they are your source. They are your strength. They are they are our strength.
Yes.
There is. I'm doing a research work currently.
Okay.
And that research, one of the models I'm using is a company called Grooming Center.
Okay.
And I know that Grooming Center likes to meet people like you.
Okay.
Supposed to be having an interaction with them next week. And
okay.
I had said to them that in most of those interviews that I've had with people, that I always mention them because I know them. Okay. And I pray that you get to the level that your logistics get bigger. We would also look at the opportunity of introducing logistics companies like you. The logistics needs to get bigger. But basically, staff is a problem for anyone in Nigeria.
It is.
It is. We all suffer it. I set up a bakery that cost me a lot of millions.
Yes,
I had to shut down that bakery for 2 years because it's the same issue, right?
Yeah.
It's difficult to get people. You say, okay, you want to try family, you want to try cousins, you want to try in-laws. It's
worse. Trying families is worse.
You now want to try outsiders. It's a difficult issue. So you must find a way, and then you can't do it alone. You must find a way to make sure that you have some way to tie them down.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how we're going to work around that. It's going to be like a discussion for another time. Then the funding issue. I know what the rates are with the banks. Sometimes you find out that you take a loan from the bank, you're working for the bank.
Yeah, very right.
You won't be able to sleep. So we're hoping that I do not know what will happen with February 25th, when the election would hold. Let us hope that, because whoever wins the election knows that there is Nigerians are wiser. Nigerians, you can't promise now and fail on those promises on renege. No, Nigerians are wiser. So that's what we say. Yes, it's not business as usual. So people will be questionable. They will be questioned. Yeah. They'll be brought to the level where you can't joke with Nigerians anymore. So we're looking and hoping that things would change in the coming year. So most of you in business, most of us in business, most Nigerians who are suffering would know that there will be something would happen soon, and we hope that what will happen will be such that whoever emerges will know that Nigerians are ready. Okay, so funding will change. keep managing with your social circle, keep managing with, but I know that there are also some banks that have special packages for food people. Like, I know, I don't want to advertise them because, well, I know there are banks, commercial banks, that have special packages for tailors, for food vendors, and people in different category of businesses. I have benefited from such a bank. I recall that there is one that gives about 2 million. You pay back in 6 months or so. There is
Okay.
another one that gives 2 million, and then there is well, I don't know if things have changed. There are 3 banks that I know that have single digit interest for women in business. We
Yeah, Access Bank said they do, but
the process of getting it. The process of getting it. I just pray they won't have to ask us to go and well, I bank with Access Bank, and I like Access Bank. They are prompt, efficient, but I also know that in as much as they see my records, they've not been able to say, "Hey, call this lady. Let me give you a loan." I've never benefited any loan from them. If were to be in the Western world, they would monitor your account and know that what you do,
I'm following you.
following you. You're selling pomo today. You're buying
They are
this
even
one.
telling me they were sending me messages that I've gone beyond my limits. I should change my account to another account. I've gone beyond my limits in my what comes in my turnover.
They should be
And they
able to
charge
give you
me
some support.
and they charge me crazy amount of money end of the month.
Let's hope that it's not just Access Bank, so that we don't go to court. I love them, but they need to learn to be more friendly and identify those of us who are not the
I'm
big
doing well
names.
with them.
Yes, who are
Because I
not
use
the big
Access
names.
Bank too.
Because there is something called the joy of little beginnings, and that's a message. One day, I know that I'll
Yes.
be on a platform that I have to advise those people.
Yes.
So it's a minute to go. You may need to take another session. This is not enough for you, so that you
Not
can
at all.
project yourself. Yes, and then you
Yeah.
need to advertise. I mean, there is no reason where behind you, you won't have to have your brand name and whatever.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
quickly, and then how do we find you? How do people locate you quickly? You have a minute.
Okay, I work from Bagada, number 2 Kunle Otukoya, Harmony Estate in Bagada, Ifako Bagada. And my number goes 080 230 73585. 080 230 73585.
Any social
In
media
Bagada.
handle?
Yeah, I have my Instagram handle is mixed.flavors. Mixed.flavors.
Perfect.
After the R is Z, then I on Facebook, I actually have one called Obelao.
Okay. Omiobe. That your Omiobe. I'm looking forward. Okay, bye-bye. Good night. Sleep well. God bless you.
Why struggle when you can thrive in a high traffic environment? Looking for new customers? Let them find you. Why be obscure when you can be seen by new customers daily? Working alone? With a digital copy of you, your business can work 24 hours a day, even while you sleep. Unemployed? You can create your own income opportunities. VECHI is the one-stop site where you can operate independently and commission-free. Why waste time? Keep track of all transactions and product trends. You could limit yourself to one stream of income, but why? When you can have multiple streams of income. Don't miss out on 6 months free with your subscription. VECHI, where we bridge the gap between buyers and sellers.